Hey guys, Adam Jansu from VOLA here, and you are watching Loud TV.
So there is a third album. It's again, it's so amazing. I think
Thank you.
VOLA is going to be essential in the next years for the metal scene.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. So this third album, it's called Witness. I'd like to know, did you write again this album like the second album with a lot of pre-production and together?
This album was a bit different because it was we had less time than usual, so it was a bit more difficult to really take our time because we had studio time booked and a mixing deadline, because differently from the previous albums, this time it's not our vocalist Asger who mixed it, but instead we hired someone else to mix it, and we went with Jacob Hansen. So we had deadlines to keep, and that meant we just had to finish the songs during that short time we had. And we were touring like just a few months before that. So I think it gave a bit of a different result, and it introduced a different process working with that time deadline. And it's also the first album where I've been part of the songwriting, because previously I joined when a big part of Applause of a Distant Crowd was already written, while here I was able to be part of actually creating the songs and being part from the start. So it's quite a different process for us. This
and of course, the album is again a new face of the band. Like each album, it's your singer last time told us that each album is a different flavor, and but this one with it starts very harsh with the guitars, and it's maybe quite a bit more aggressive, especially on some songs, but there's always something like floating in the air, on some songs, This is the VOLA trademark, I would say.
Glad you point that out, and then that you like it. We try to keep that spirit in there. Even no matter if we do soft songs or something heavy, we still want to keep that floaty feeling.
And we can hear it in your drums. It's like Harry, we are floating on cloud. Something is very, very unique, in the metal landscape.
Thank you. I always liked that kind of feeling in drums, when it's like when the crashes are smooth, and I like most metal drummers, I had a big Lamb of God moment in my life, and they use a lot of splashes and different things where you don't usually use them. It's lovely to hear.
So, which Lamb of God drummer are you fan of?
Oh, Chris Adler.
Chris Adler,
the one.
So you said that Jacob.
Yes.
Jacob, so he mixed the album.
Mixed and mastered. Yes, Jacob Hansen.
This is your first time you work with him.
Yes, and it's been amazing working with him. Like being fans of music that he has produced, and of course for the Danish side, seeing that he has worked with like Volbeat and so on,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just been amazing seeing how he brings the songs to life. And we also worked on the drum side. We worked with Jakob Herman to record the drums in Sweden in his studio, Top Floor Studios, and him and Jacob Hansen worked together pretty well, and they both worked together on different albums. So it seemed like a good team to bring the whole package together.
Because you don't live actually in Denmark.
No, I'm the only guy in the band who's not Danish. I'm Swedish, so I'm the neighbor.
Such a shame. There's a surprise on this album. For the very first time, you got an American guest.
Actually, so the guest is Shaman, and Shaman is actually a duo. So it's two people. It's a producer from the Netherlands and a rapper from the US. And we worked together with the rapper, but he also yeah. So he went under the name Shaman.
Okay.
But it's technically a duo, but we worked with the rapper. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's again something that we couldn't think of. It's
Yeah.
so surprising, and it's great. And
Thanks.
the cloud. Yeah. How did you? Because I've read a lot of comments on your YouTube videos, and how did you make this happen?
Actually, so first it was Asger who found a song from Shaman, and he sent it to me since we're both fans of rap, and yeah, we both really liked the sound. And then we started talking about if we should have a feature on this album to bring someone in as a guest, and we suggested like why not using Shaman for this song. Then we reached out, and yeah, they were happy to work with us. So it went pretty easily.
And the topics are quite dark on this song. This black clothes, it refers to drugs, something like this.
Yeah, addiction, and specifically trying to work your way out of it, but being pulled down, basically.
Yeah. So who did write the lyrics? Was it
Asger wrote the lyrics. He writes all the lyrics, and for this song too, he wrote it. So the theme was already done when we brought in Shaman, but then of course Shaman wrote his part. And I like to look at Asger as a storyteller, and whether those stories are fiction or not, it's his job to bring them forth to the listener. And on this album, the topics they go from like political scenarios to very personal tragedies. It can be things like toppling over the people, toppling over leaders, or like a couple losing a child, and yeah, all of it. It's pretty much not so introspective as In Mazes was, but also not the same kind of observation that Applause of a Distant Crowd had. This is taking a look at different stories as a witness,
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of aggressive riffs, like
Mm.
Asger told us last time he was a huge fan of Meshuggah.
Yes.
We can hear it in the guitar sound,
Uh,
and yeah, so yeah, mixed feelings about all these songs. It's and each song is a journey, and each song is quite different from the others. So
mm.
yeah, did you write more songs that you didn't put into the album?
Yes. Yes. We have uh, a few demos which didn't make it to the final album. And part of that is like it's not that they're necessarily not as good as the other songs, but it's also part of like putting together an album. Everything has to fit in a good timeline and a good package. But not all the songs were fit for that. But yeah, we did write some other songs that aren't on the album.
And this is we have put a note on this album. It's nearly 5 on 5.
Mm,
The only thing, it was maybe a short album. This is
yeah.
the only negative thing that we put on this album. And but I think it's great, when you think the album is short and then you
Mm,
want to listen to it again.
mm.
It could be a good thing. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's a bit the effect we wanted to go for. But also we didn't feel like we had more songs which would be good to keep in there. It would rather feel like it's just something there to take the place, you know. So we would rather keep it a bit shorter, but it's the vision we want than to add something just for the sake of it.
yeah. We can see the artwork in the
Yes.
background. So yeah, a lot of details. Is it a painting?
Yes, just like previously, we were looking on Instagram for artists, and we found this one which fit pretty well to our vision. So we contacted the artist and arranged the deal and the payment and so on.
Again, it's really different from the two previous artworks.
Mm,
It's really different. It's like a black hole. What's
yeah.
the link with this artwork and the name Witness?
So basically, it has a few different ways you can look at it. Um, in one sense, it looks like an eye, which is basically the way to witness something.
Yeah.
But also how this album is constantly diving into those heavy and dark topics. It might have a light packaging on the outside sometimes, but at the core of it, there's always that kind of darkness. And that's also how I interpret this artwork. Like it's going into that darkness in the middle. So I feel it connects the full album and it describes every song in a good way.
As I wrote, it's like kind of the eye of the storm, maybe
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah.